Oh, okay. We're here. We're in the waiting room, sorry. Hello, everybody. Let's see here. Oh no. No. You've been timed out. You've been untimed out. There you go. Okay, let's see here. Stonks. Listen, you have so much to use it on, actually. There's a bunch of channel things. There's channel points. A bunch of things you can request. It's a lot of 2 times points, though. I don't know. Not 2 times points. Are you skinner? That's fine. That's probably okay. Oh, and no missing no. I could do that at some point, sure. I need to find the bot for the betting thing. Or actually, the voting, the heck. It's a new thing that Twitch has. I need to look into that. Well, I guess I'll just get started. Hello, everybody. Today is Get Gr8 live stream. Oh, hold on a second. Yes. Alright, we're back. My day was pretty alright. I've been kind of chill. I had to go to work because they wanted me at work. Stay there for like 4 hours, then came back here. Kind of makes it kind of hard for me to do Get Gr8 things, but you know. What was I saying? Yeah, welcome everybody to the live stream. You've posted some questions in your forms when you sign up for Get Gr8, and then I'm here to answer those questions, and make those things real. Let's go to the game view here. Into the training, I'll go in as Penny. Well, what happened to Penny? Penny poofed. What happened to Crank? Crank poofed. Yeah. I want to change the stage. Back here, maybe fill you. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, mostly just me and the new set of mods. They said they may or may not return with any release, but we'll see about that. Well, things considered, everything's alright. They're probably doing okay. Boop, boop, boop. Amy, no. No. And everything's fine. Yeah, it's alright. So let's do the thing. Yeah, they redeemed some timeout points there. Everything's fine. So let's see. Let's get started with the things. That's a points thing. The one to spend points on something. Spend points on time again. Yeah. Fuku combos. Posture check. I certainly need to do my putt to make sure my back's straight. You know, hold on. Good stuff. Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, you pressed the button. This. You should have expected it. Back straight is very much important. Also stretching. I have actually not stretched today, and that's kind of bad. Oof. Ow, my bones. Oof. Oof. And the fingers. Oof. Yeah, I have not stretched today. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's hop right into the questions. If you'd like to see what questions I'm looking at, it's in our Discord. Type into Twitch chat, !DISCORD. Discord. I think I spelled that wrong. Discord. There we go. I spelled a Discord. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty alright. Today was just kind of blah, because I had to go into work. I don't like working on Saturday, but 'tis my job. That is okay. So, if you'd like to see what I'm reading, let's see here. I have a job. Yeah, I got a job. Question about dealing with Beowulf block strings is about me? Yeah. Surely. Moneyless-based high schooler life, that is understandable. I was there too. Hopefully, you get something for your sustainability. That's pretty dang nice. That's fair. Alright, let's hop into it. How do I deal with fighting game imposter syndrome? I still have the beginner role in the main chord despite playing for like 160 hours because I feel like there's still so much to learn. There's a lot to learn in this game. That is true. While I have decent combos for all three characters, I only know a full undizzy on one, and I only know a decent amount of resets on one character as well. Maybe this just goes away with time, but after talking to people with 500 plus hours who still say they suck, I'm worried this feeling would never go away with just experience. That is not exactly a question, but well, I guess the first part is the question. How do I deal with fighting game imposter syndrome? So like most fighting games, it takes a lot of time to be able to learn them, especially as complex a fighting game as Skullgirls is, that has the most inputs of any fighting game I've ever seen. A lot of it just takes time. A lot of it just takes playing a bunch of people, sometimes better than you, sometimes worse than you, as even as you. It's usually better if you play someone who's about as even with you as possible. But like, I guess the big thing is try not to get down on yourself about where you're at right now, because you're still in a state of improvement as you keep playing the game. So like, you just kind of have to keep going with it. I know I certainly say I suck at the game and I have like 6,000 hours. It's a thing. It's my want to be better, but like, that makes sense. Hopefully I tackled that okay. Let's see. Very broad. Generally, what's a good way of keeping your assists covered? Oh, I can actually hold on. Because I talked to someone earlier this week about that and keeping assists covered. So let's do. Whoops. What's a bottle water? Water bottle. This is the team that I usually run, and we'll say for the sake of posterity, that team, whatever. Okay, so we'll set the bot to block. Oh. Okay, keeping your assists covered. Can't say suck anymore. Yes, exactly. Because you don't. You just drop things like every other human does. Because you're human. Yeah. So if you'd like to keep your assists covered, for one thing, usually when I'm doing block strings and stuff, for example, doing something like that, let me go full. So here's a block string. As you see, I'm always on top of the assist. So the assist certainly makes my interactions plus. And this actually kind of lets me probably assist more. So that's what keeps a lot of pressure happening. You kind of want to be on top of your assist as much as you can before the opponent has a chance to react. Other thing, you want to keep some distance as well. That's another way to keep your assist covered. The point of keeping your assist covered is to not get them bopped as much as possible by the opponent. So like they have a chance to be able to get off the screen as fast as possible as you're covering them with a block string. So kind of the gist of doing that, pretty much. Anything that you can do to be able to get the opponent still in the block string. That's it's a weird name. Let's see, that's +2. I feel when JP kills your assist in one combo when you play against him because you're not keeping your assist covered. Just like this. This keeps my assist covered and also keeps it plus at the same time. Yeah, I just want to and happy birthday to at least half of the games I play. Yeah, you cannot just press the brass button because the brass button is not safe for Band himself unless you're covering Band. Band is going to get hit. You can certainly want to press the button as long as you cover the assist. Otherwise, you know, they're just going to get bopped really hard. But yeah, that's kind of like the gist of like covering your assist. I want to learn Robo Fortune, but am not dead set on the team I want to use with her. What should I do while I'm learning Robo? It makes sense to practice her solo while figuring things out, but I know she's particularly bad by herself. Bad is subjective with a character like Robo Fortune. Robo's, I mean, she has some of the worst damage in the game, sure, right? Like, that's just, like, unquestionable. But by herself, she's actually not awful. Like, you can just do these for her, right? Because, like, her zoning is pretty heckin' good. Like, zoning solo is actually really heckin' good. And if you can get the zoning down, it's really good. She's not terrible by herself. Full screen's kind of where she wants to play. You can certainly get into your opponent's face and do some stuff. Let me take off the block string stuff. You're all, like, certainly, like, as soon as you get into your opponent's face, like after tossing a bunch of laser beams and stuff. It's not unheard of that you could just get in and schmakes with the Robo. And just do stuff, right? She's not terrible by herself. She's by no means an awful solo. She just runs into the same issues that any other character does that has, you know, no reversal options realistically, aside from just pressing the level 3 button to be able to keep themselves safe from terrible options. It's kind of like Valentine. She doesn't have DP, but she has counter venom, which you can deal with. And if you're certainly stuck in the corner, there's no reason why you couldn't be hitting the up forward button, or at least the super jump and fly button, because that's certainly an option out of the corner. So she has ways of getting out, much like any other character in this game. But definitely best to practice her when it makes sense, we'll say. How do you do that? Actually, her JHK is maneuverable in a sense, kind of like Painwheel. So when you press JHK, you can actually influence where you're going on the screen. So you be neutral jumping, but I'm pressing right and left. It makes me move a little bit. So if you press JHK while holding up, you actually go higher. It's even higher if you do it as you're rising. So if you're super jumping, you're super high, right? So that's how you get the super far. Yeah, it's kind of silly, but you get the super far zoning stuff. That's how you do that. But yeah, I'd say work on the Robo if you've got other kinds of characters set for like a team and stuff. certainly piece them together when you're able to. Makes you a better player overall. Let's see here. What else we got going on? How to pressure someone when they tag in after the character dies. Oh, after point character dies. Okay. Oof, that's kind of big. Because a bunch of characters have different options. So I guess I'll show it when I'm doing solo Fukua. Solo Fukua. No, solo Fukua. Let's do Cerebellar band, because that's a team. So let's see. Do one of these until the health is pretty low. Your team's dying. Okay, right here. Okay, things you can do when someone tags in after the point dies, right? Bonk. She's got options. She could do one of these. That would happen. That's kind of happening more frequently than usual, which is kind of weird. She can cross under. She can influence a lot of things. That's a crossover there. Thing I like to do is super jump JMP, because most bans on incoming would like to toss out a timpani. So super jumping JMP is actually really good for contesting with pressure. Certainly doing the boy button. Right, you can contest with the boy. For those who don't know why I do this, this helps me time with when the opponent's coming out. I hit normals when the opponent's on the incoming, because that helps me time what to do next. And not a common thing that most people do. It's not a BM thing. It's me timing out when the points died and the second character's coming in. This also helps to build meter if you have no meter at all. So yeah. If you ever see me throwing out normals, it's not for no reason. It's because I'm timing what's happening next. So that's one way to pressure someone. Like, you can just press some buttons and they're unblocked, right? Because they have to hold this all in the corner. Yeah. But yeah, that was from Picon. The other dudes I did not name, and I should name people. So let's see. What should I be doing with restands? I know what they are and how to do them, but I don't know what they are used for or when I should go for them throughout combo stages. This is from Thok. An easy way to show what a restand looks like is either with Bella, but I like using Philia. I'll put Fukuo on the receiving end. What to do with restands? No, a restand is not necessarily a combo filler. It's just a state in which the opponent is not in knockdown and has been, or was in the air and then is being restood. So this causes restand. This is a string that causes restand. Otherwise, he would be going for this string, which causes soft knockdown. But instead, sometimes you want to go for the restand, because then you could go for the mix-up. Normally, this is what you do with restands. You just go for the mix-up. Yeah. Yeah. That's mostly what you do with restands. And most characters can achieve this kind of thing. Like Cerebellar can do an easy restand off of other things. Philia can move like this. Mostly doing all these things. Doing that is literally just for the mix. Yeah, you just you just mostly do it for the schmicks. I don't know what they're used for. Mostly for the schmicks. When I should go for them? You kind of go for them whenever you want to, really. It's easier if you do it within the first string at 95 undizzy, if you want a dizzy number, yeah. You know, it's particularly easy with Philia at any undizzy stage, but it's pretty dang good. Let's see. Not the most lab-related question, but could you give me an example replay review? Show what you're looking for. That is from Dunce. I guess I can I'll do that after anything else. Knowing when to mash in PBGC land cancel. Land cancel, huh? Interesting. Okay. When to mash? Well, I guess I'll state me as a player. I don't mash. I don't like to mash. How do you practice land cancel? Oh, that's super easy, actually. How do you practice land cancel? You know what we gotta do? Philia, Beowulf. If you want to, I kind of went over this in the last one, but if you want to practice land cancel, right? Beowulf's super easy. Hey, what's up? It's Yang, what's up? What's the thing? What am I doing? I'm looking for control the dude. There we go. Then record playback. This. Most people have trouble dealing with this. Most people have trouble dealing with that. Yeah. Whoops. Here, let's do it from yeah, most people ask me how to like and punish this thing. That's a thing. That's very annoying, right? I mean, you know. You can do a bunch of that. You just kind of just up forward block, and that'll remove all of your blocks as soon as you land. So you could just jab on the way down. Oh. But, you know, it's like kind of like the most obvious one. So like at any point in time, right? This happens. Look it up. No, that corrects. You can see you kind of act pretty fast out of that. You just up forward block, press the jab button if you're Philia, or any other character really. Jabbing is pretty good. I guess you could also push block it, but that's kind of bad, because then you're stuck in 25 frames, and then they can just do it again. And that's not great. So I would say better in that case to just kind of hold the block, jab. You could also just DP your way out if you're a DP character. Or I guess you could super your way out if you can air super or ground super, whatever the heck. But I'd rather not spend a bar to be able to deal with a situation like that. So yeah, that's kind of like the easiest way to deal with that nonsense. If you want to do some land canceling stuff, it's especially good if you're a Parasol, because her heckin' jab land cancel stuff is pretty good. Knowing when to mash in PBGC. Here, let's rather do this against a character who could do a good grounded ground string, which is Fuqua. Fuqua does a pretty good ground string. Well, she's doing JHP. Oh, heck. So here. That's a pretty good block string. That leaves her -3. You can block that right there. You can push block that right there. That's how you deal with that situation. Oops. Also, if you want to practice it against this Thunder thing or any other kinds of block strings, certainly the game will tell you when your PBGC window is happening with the green flash. Your character is supposedly supposed to. There's a green flash right there where all the buttons are. There's also a green flash on your character now, where there's your PBGC window, and see like that. Yeah, that's a thing. So So is that. If you want to mash, I mean, you just kind of do the motion and then press your buttons. I don't like to mash, personally. It's very unclean for my inputs. That's just me, though. But how do I do that schnasty peacock double jump instant overhead? Not sure what they mean. I think I may need more specifics on that. Say, watching. I'm gonna have to ask for more specificity on that one. And then I guess I'll get back to Dunce's thing. An example replay review show what you're looking for. Okay, so if we're gonna do an example replay review thing, let's see here. I'll go back through my own replays. That's not it. Where are we at? My brain. The extras. No. Replay there. I have 9,000 things. Ooh, something, I don't know. Let's pick replay 28. That's not well. I guess sure, yeah. So for doing a replay review, I normally would record a set and then just kind of like talk over it. But like we're saying we're going back through this replay, right? I'm just seeing, you know, making some considerations. You know, maybe at this point I would say like they've got a couple options at the round start to be able to contest a little bit easier. For both of these players, it was kind of a very not. It was slightly aggressive on Full Bleed's part, very not aggressive on DS's part. So now we're landed ourselves in the corner, which is not exactly a good place to be, no matter what character you are. We're in the schmicks, which is kind of difficult. That was very smart to be able to grab while DS was calling the assist. And again, we're calling your assist kind of not inappropriately. It's not that great, I think. But we would kind of go through it like not exactly frame by frame, but like situation by situation, and just kind of talk about it, see what other options there are, point them out where we see them, that kind of thing. That would be like an example sort of thing. I'd be looking for people who've been making mistakes, or like if there's a better option where there could have been in like a certain situation, that kind of thing. If that makes sense, hopefully. Let's see what else we got here. If I reset someone during a combo so that they start out with some undizzy, how do I adjust my combo afterwards to account for that? That's kind of down to you knowing what your routes are, pretty much. We'll say it's kind of easiest to show, again, with Fuku. So we'll say I did some kind of string, right? And it ended me at a certain amount of a dizzy. Let's see. Where you at? We'll say it lands me at 30 on dizzy. Right. So this would be like at the start of like stage 2, stage 3 kind of thing. So if I'm doing it right, my dizzy starts counting pretty fast for Fuku. You just kind of have to make your combos shorter to account for that. Just a moment. And hold on. Play again. Okay. So Fuku starts counting pretty fast. Yeah, so this is all dependent on what your routes are. And what you know, what your options are when you've gotten a certain amount of undizzy. I usually go for a burst bait when I'm at full undizzy. When I'm about halfway, I try to go for a reset and have it drain as fast as possible, like that. Yeah, that's most of that is just knowing what your routes are, where you're at by the time you've hit 100, 200. 230, that kind of thing. That is all down to knowing what your routes are. Yeah. Let's see. What's Annie's philosophy on meter spending? If I have a bar to burn, is it better to do an install combo or slap a level 1 at the end of my usual B&B? Annie is a weird as heck character. So put her up against Fuku. to install for the style. You could do that. Annie's philosophy on meter spending. She is not a battery. She does gain meter pretty okay. She builds meter alright. But it's not like on the level of like Fukuo or like Double or even Peacock for that matter. So she kind of needs a battery to kind of keep up. She does play better in a team. I will say that. If you got a character that can build some bar for you, that is definitely worth it. But if you got a bar to burn, I would almost rather burn the bar on a super in her current state than on install, because install is, if you haven't noticed, install is super expensive. That is not worth it, especially if you're just kind of going for it. If you know that the opponent is going to die and you have like 3-4 meter, you could just install and then just go wild, because you know, whatever. In that case, it doesn't exactly matter. But yeah, I'd say, as far as that goes, I would say just kind of slap the level 1 at the end of your B&B. Unless you've got an install combo, I'd say just kind of spend the bar most of the kill, because this super does a kind of a heck ton of damage. So yeah. Questions on how to apply combo theory with assist, because I'm good at install. No, install is not safe either. Questions on how to apply combo theory with assist, because I'm good at learning the mechanical execution but not coming up with things. So it's very unsafe. It's not great. That's from Pun Scumlord. Apply combo theory. I guess you just kind of have to go for it. Let's see. The way that I apply combo theory. Let's see. Something I've been experimenting with. And a double, a duo, because that doesn't matter. Yeah. I mostly just go for it if it's my usual case of just messing around with stuff, right? I'm just kind of messing around with stuff. Combos that I know. Something that could maybe work on Annie. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of not exactly. That's not that far, but yeah. She's so small. She's so tiny. Yeah. That kind of works. That would kind of work. Let's see. So this is a rod that may or may not work. Yeah. Ah, poop. This is a combo that I want to try out. This is my theory for working out on stuff. That would work, actually. Boop. Part of it is also just execution. My main team is Solo Fukuo. Not a joke. Yeah, so that's like something that could work with this assist. Fukuo doubles is something that I would run all the time when I was doing the more quick matches than I used to. That's right, because I'm using M, I need to use something else. Ah, poop. The true team is really just solo Fukuo, because that's what I ran for ages when I would play quick matches forever. So it all depends on what kind of assist that you're running. You just kind of run through your combos and see where you can fit in your assist. Like, that's a good starter to fit in your sis, right? Because then you can go straight back into schmicks. So if you fit it in at the start, that's pretty good. See if you can fit it in at the end. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's all just down to what a sister running and what you can do at the start, maybe in the middle, maybe at the end. Sound effects has shown me the true schmicks potential of Fuku. Yeah. Also, yes, if it's a team that's already been explored, you probably have some resources somewhere to be able to find them. So they're there somewhere. It's probably out there. Certainly a lot of my stuff is not currently out there. Some of it's cursed and some of it's not. You know. How to approach Peacock and Robo Fortune zoning from Rubens. Okay, that's a thing. So let's see. Let's do this, and we'll have 2 teams. So Peacock, Robo. That beam. Sure. Double down on this question specifically. I'm Garbo at approaching. Understandable. Yes, everyone has trouble with this character. This character is, in fact, very privileged for what they are. And I don't blame you, because, you know, dealing with this character is dumb. And why should she just be able to do all this for free, pretty much, and gain a heck ton of meter out of it? It's not fair, but you know. So let's see. Remember the thing? What's the thing? That's the optimal zoning pattern. Yeah. Alright, so let's try to record this. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing, right? It's very annoying, it's very upsetting, it hurts. So, things you can do, because this is all kind of dumb, right? This is how a good way to be able to do that. You can hold the item, yeah. If it's at the start of the zoning, you can just get in immediately. There's no stopping that, really. You can just get in immediately. But if you're like in the midst of it, right? There's a George walking on. What? George walking on the screen. Some people can probably just jump over the George pretty easily. It's pretty hard. There you go, and that's how you get in. Other people kind of, you know, to try to have trouble, you can super jump it. It's annoying. You can just run in if they're starting. Because most people will just push the plane and then try to move forward. It's not great. And that's how you get stuck. Well, there's a way to deal with it. There's also a video from a Devis that has it's called how to deal with the garbage, I think. A Devis. A Devis. I don't know. Adeveis. How do you spell that? Yeah. Yeah. But if you're hecking Bella, it's actually kind of easier for you.
You've been hecking Bella?
Don't. Let's see. Let's bonk and record something different with Rebel. Rebel zoning is annoying. But most of it is just based on predictions on what you're going to do next, pretty much. A lot of it's just this. Of course, if I was good at it, you know. Whoops. A lot of it's just this. A lot of it's just this. And it's hard. But try to get it slightly cleaner. Ah, fucking getting cleaner. Inputs are not particularly good with this character, but that's pretty much what a robot's doing the entire time. So let's. Your best bet is actually dash walking. You mostly want to dash block, and this is kind of applicable from if you've ever played Unist or Uniqueler is the new thing, right? Under Night, they have this kind of thing based on Batista and her zoning patterns. That kind of thing is. You can certainly get away with this if you're pairing with ban, right? But like dash blocking is kind of your way to in. For the most part, but of course robos will adapt, so they're just gonna fly away to the other side or try to get in from another direction, right? Or recalling heads or things, you just kind of have to predict it. For the most part, dash blocking is really gonna be your friend. So if you got 2 punches, you just hold back, be dashing and blocking at the same time. Getting in on robo as banned is basically my way of saying, do I understand your brain? Can I parry it? It's pretty much. If you can parry it, you're keeping your forward momentum, so that would help out in the long run. At least as far as a match progresses, you know. Dash blocking, just kind of predicting what the robo's going to do next in their list of strings. The big tunny is tun me anything is that you can predict patterns pretty easily. Yes, you absolutely can predict patterns. Because most humans are patternized, you know. How do I get in on a squig band shell with brass knuckles assists as Philia? Thank one. That is extremely easy. So let's go ahead. Characters. The win neutral team. Yes, the win neutral team. So we need Philia. Let's just do McDonald's squiggly. McDonald's quickly. I'm gonna say D&B, and we got yellow band. Yellow band, orange band. That works. Brass knuckles. It is certainly the win neutral team, but yeah, McDonald's quick. I totally understand, dude. It's not great. So say Squiggles just kind of let's see. Oh no, death allowed. Yes. Take this off. So most Squigglies will be just doing this, right? The call assist, that kind of thing. Say, well, they're Squigglies doing this for work, just for posterity. We'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. So, let's say... Squiggly's just doing that, right? That's her thing. You're trying to get in on them. Dash blocking is certainly an option. You most certainly want to punish this assist, though. Because, like, it's garbage. Just bully the assist, pretty much. You'll want to certainly bully this assist. Taking a while there. Oh man. They may also do something like that. Assist. Or try to get in on you in some certain way. You know, that kind of thing. You'll want to bully that assist. The easiest way to deal with it is to just sweep the assist, because Ban can't do anything if you sweat. It's very easy. You can also completely avoid the assist if you want to. And then, you know, get in on Squiggly pretty easily. The silver cord is something that I know some Squiggly players like to do. But they certainly love to do silver cord. Because then you can do something like that to be able to contest, and then there's a birthday. I mean, that's the thing. You could just sweep the assist, depending on what your range is at, right? Like, you still sweep the assist, and that's fine. Like, raw super just from punishing bit? Yeah. Push blocking is not an answer, because you want to be able to deal with this assist. Yeah. That's definitely the answer. Raw super when he punches Ban. I mean, I guess if you want to die, sure. I could just super back. Like, I mean, you call the assist, you super, you can't DHC up because Ban's been swept. So yeah, that's not always great. But I would say don't push block the brass. Your best way out of the situation is either to jump over it, you can dash block it and then punish. Squiggly may attempt to do a button, usually silver cord, to be able to catch you. So if you sweep the assist, you can just super to be able to deal with that situation. Yeah, my usual answer is just sweep the assist because that's easiest to deal with it. Otherwise, I'll just be like, I guess you're not respecting me, so I'm just gonna kill you. I usually get something like that. I'll usually harass the assist until they understand that they probably shouldn't be just calling this assist out of nowhere. So, yeah. So let's change characters again. Let's see here. How do I get in? I did this with someone. Cerebellar run cancel combos. That's not a question, but I assume they're asking how to do it. Yeah, that's kind of like this you just kind of see the B and B's for the character. I mean, it's just kind of in combos and stuff. But like if you want to do a run stop, you just well, I guess if you want to do the run stop badly, just, you know, this is how I do my run stops. But also gets an OS out of it. It's kind of weird. You can also do it like this. But it all depends on the way you do the run stops and stuff. I use punch, yes. I mean, I use punch, it works out. Cancel and pommel horse, it's different depending on your, well, I mean, it depends on your input method. I usually do that. I cancel my HK into the grab. Use a macro. Wow, scrub status. Oof. You don't manual your pommel horse, because I manual my pommel horse. Needs a macro. Super easy. Look at that. Hard time fat figure. That's understandable, yeah. It all depends on what your input method is. What do you play on usually? Hitbox? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we're playing on the same input device, incidentally. So yeah, yeah. I do run forward and then just cancel in the grab with run forward with the HK, then cancel in the grab. Well, that's why you have 3 fingers, right? I hit the HK with my ring finger. That's what it is. Yeah, ring finger, and then HK, and then I hit grab with my index and middle. That seems to be, that's my easiest right there. You could also do it if you're doing the middle one. Again, MK button. But I like to do that way. That seems to be my fastest method, for me at least. As for run cancel combos, you just kind of have to find them. I'm sure Dragonos has something on that, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised. There's resources out there for that. And you mostly just have to grind them out. Just get a feel for it. Okay, wiki uses run cancel in the B. Okay, yeah. So definitely check out the wiki. We could do exclamation mark wiki. You can just check out the thing right there. They certainly have the bombos in there. You just have to practice them and grind them out. Also, CJ? Oh yeah, I saw the video. Cerebellar's options and stuff. It's pretty cool. CJ's pretty good. So what else we got here? How to get comfortable using assists. We got style Katam. Well, to get comfortable with them, you would have to start using them, I would imagine. So like, let's say, this is a classic thing I used to run way back in the day. If you want to get comfortable using assists, just, you know, haul them in the middle of a match and see what it does, right? See what it actually does to them. That crossed up on Annie. That's ridiculous. She's so tiny. Well, alright then. I know that that's a mix-up for Annie. That was weird. That crossed up on Annie. At least it's on the stream. You just, I mean, the best way to get comfortable using assists is just to start using them and see what they do, depending on what your combos are like, or, you know, what you're doing in the middle of the heck. You know, yeah, just use them, see what they do, then try to compensate. Let's see here, what else we got? Dealing with push block is squiggly. I guess if you're squiggly, right? I mean, set a push block. I should like playing this character every now and again. Say against the dang of this here. Here, deal with some.
I had a problem.
Quit lollygagging.
I could stick up
That's the thing, right? So one way to deal with push blocking squiggly? I mean, just you gotta just
live.
Just a moment.
I mean,
And then it died.
you can do that. You can do that because it's not a true block string, right? That's an option. If they push block you, like with push block. Oh, if they push block you, yeah, it seems like that. Okay. Well, if they were push blocking me, I mean, the other way around. Okay. I misunderstood then. Let's see. Let's set this up this way. Okay.
That one is terrible. Like starting.
Me as a Fuqua, them as a Wiggle. Yeah, I mean, it'll probably wind up being useful as well. Just like Squiggly also has a troubling time trying to get out of the corner, even with push block alone.
One thing.
Over here.
Get away.
Mm,
It's not
uh,
nice.
oh, I guess that would have worked. Yeah, but that's okay. That's not what I wanted. Go with that repeatedly. Ba, ba, ba. I mean, Squiggly has a bunch of ways to keep her heckin' pressure at her. Yeah, one way of dealing with it is you can certainly do SBO. You could do SBO if you want to keep onto your pressure. Certainly mixing up what your strings are can help out.
I could do it if gathering or
Yeah,
not if I was
yeah, the battle opera.
where there are
You could SBO. You could change the way that you're doing your block strings, like going into what's it, dashes to ashes, the overhead thing, by area canceling. So like, you know, if you're getting push blocked, you could also just dash at your opponent.
wow.
Because you know that's a thing. Let's see, might be a better way to do this. Let's see. Maybe if I'm Squiggly. Bam, bam, bam. Go here. The bot block thing. Always. Let's say after the 4th hit. Set myself. Oh. 2. Here. Get my charges. Yeah. Let's set it to random, actually. Random, there we go. Say after the 3rd hit. But yeah. Yes, that's actually a pretty good. This is a good practice with reactions and stuff. Yeah. Say you're stuck in crouch when you punch and can't jump, so horns and dynamo. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah. You can horns the daisy, yeah. You can give yourself enough invul to be able to get out of daisy with like an Cerebellar. But yeah, doing SBO certainly helps. Changing what your block strings are like can certainly, you know, help you out some more. If you have an assist, it could also help with some pressure stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you're trying to apply pressure, it's kind of like assists help solo kind of rough, but like if you got like a pressure assist, it can certainly do a thing for you.
No shit.
That would work out. Ba-ba-ba. Dealing with pressure in the corner, especially when the opponent has assists. It all depends on what that is like. So, but if you're dealing with pressure in the corner, like oops, got out of the training room. Ba-ba-ba. Say Fuku, and there's a double, and a Fuku on the other team running draw. And I'll do my classic block string here. Have this repeat. Depends on when you push block. Push blocking certainly helps.
Yeah, I did.
So in this case, this assist does not have invulnerability. So you could DP out of the situation. Fukua's assist does not have invuln, so actually you could jab it out.
Right.
Like, that's a solution, right? You could do BFF in this case.
Which is that one.
So yeah. Take a jab out.
If
So
you go to my room, you'll see.
push blocking in the second hit actually helps out. But this is all dependent on when you push block. Birthday having right there. You can avoid the assist completely like that. But if you push block poorly, it's not going to work out in your favor in that sense. So yeah, it all depends. The best way to do it is just push block either the first hit or the last hit, because if you push block in the middle, it's kind of bad for you, because that'll lead to some interactions that you won't necessarily want. But yeah, how to deal with Annie's BS? That's from you, Amy. How do you deal with Annie's BS? That's a good question. First, let's talk about what Annie's BS is. You're Beowulf, surely, yeah. If you're dealing with this as Beowulf, right? Wake up DP? Well, like, it's, I woke up DP because you weren't respecting my wake up, so yeah. Here's the thing. There it is. It's, yeah, right. Oh, the dot, this? The sec? Oh, you don't need to push block guard cancel that actually. That's not, you don't have to do that. Like this, if you're on block and they're delaying it, because you see how minus that is? That's minus 12. Minus 15. She's hella, like, you know, if they do too, they are stuck in recovery, they can't do anything. Well, I mean, they could do stuff, but they can do something like that, right? They can do something like that. Probably some sort of variation, but like if they're stuck doing this, they got a bit of a buffer. Like you can heckin' do some shit. What if they do just two? CHP? I wouldn't CHP if they were doing dives like this, because CHP is a launcher and then you get weird interactions because of the extra height they go up. So the better answer actually is stand hard punch. So if you want to, let me see if I can, let's do this backwards. Beowulf.
Tried to give it away.
Annie.
Just a moment.
Here.
Lollygagging.
You were on Mary.
Right. A sec.
Let's go.
It makes a lot of money.
Let's set ourselves from. Do this right. You can do that.
My money in the thing.
That's kind of better. Like CHP is kind of awkward. Sure, then you don't get exactly a good conversion out of that. That was kind of rough, right? That's not exactly great. It all depends on what kind of height they're at, you too. Probably jump grab for that. But yeah, you've got the options, really. Because Beowulf's the bust-out character. No, if that's mainly the BS, like the rest of the BS, you just gotta block left, right. That's kind of the thing. Let's see here. No questions, but you can you can Excel grab after the second one. That is true. You can do that. Let's see, no questions, but I am sorry that I couldn't make it last time. I actually feel so bad because that means I took your time and you're busy. I hope this thing won't happen again. Inferno baby, and that's nah, it was no big deal. You're okay. How do you play neutral in this game if you're not a zoner? Neutral in this game is dependent on the kind of character that you're playing, really. But generally, if you're playing neutral in this game, it's kind of watching your opponent's what your opponent is doing, and then just kind of responding to certain actions that they're doing. So, like, baiting out anything, just looking at what they're doing in neutral, if they're pressing any buttons, what can you contest with, what can you air-to-air with. That's just knowing your options and then knowing what your opponent's options are. You learn neutral so that you can then skip neutral. Well, neutral's not exactly skipped in this game at higher levels. It's not. There's a lot of neutral at higher level. Oof. Let's see. When learning a combo, it's better to practice in slow motion, say 50% or 75%, to learn the inputs easier, or to practice it at regular speed from the start. It's chippy. I suppose in that case, if you would like to learn a combo, you could certainly do it at 50% speed, right? It's kind of weird though, because then you're dealing with a totally different timing than you are when you're in full speed. So kind of strange. So if we're gonna do the classic shadowless combo. I mean, you could do it with that, but that's kind of weird feeling. If you do it at 75% speed, it's kind of closer to normal, so you get the feel for the buttons. So that's also kind of strange. I would say it's better for you to just kind of learn it at full speed because this game goes very fast. So learning it slower might trip up your timings. And if you ever have any problems with combos and stuff, like Amy said, it's almost better to just break them into pieces. Like if you want to get here's the launcher. Now we figure out what the air string is, right? What's the series after that? That's what's after that. So after this part, I do that next. And then once I reach the ground, that's what's next. So yeah, it's better to actually chunk them and then put them together piece by piece than it is to kind of practice it all slowly. That would be certainly applicable if you were like learning an instrument, right? Because I learned doing viola by practicing stuff slowly, certainly, and then you get to full speed and then it's all but it's natural, right? But in this game you kind of have to learn at full speed. There's no other way around it. So yeah.
Yes, what number?
Let's see. What's next? I'm having trouble figuring out how to approach with Annie in neutral because of her slow dash and air dash speed. That's totally fair. This character is very strange, but she's been reworked in 2 patches ago because her dash now starts up faster. So her move speed is actually tons better than it was before. So her air move speed, her ground move speed, neutral with her is mostly just do this full screen. Do this. Annoy the heck out of your opponent. And then when try to contest, just go for buttons. Just kind of do that. Kind of want to go defensive and then offensive. And if they get closer, use this one, because that's always good. But you mostly just kind of do that a lot of the time, then just get in for combos. Hey, not a biggie. E for the raid. Kind of go for it, you know. Most people do just rolling, and then just kind of like, you know, toss out some stuff. If you got assist, that makes it much more dangerous. But yeah, that's kind of like her current approach to neutral, at least the way I've learned to play it. I'm certainly just trying to contest for buttons. If they try to get in on you, you know, DP is always an option. It's always a thing. Yeah. Let's see here. Combo routes for Beowulf running Cerebellar. Not exactly a question, but I'll ask what they mean. Yes. What are you asking for in this case? Like, what are you looking for with Beowulf Cerebellar? Okay, drop some notation. So I've done a little bit of experimentation with Cerebellar. Let's do this. Sure. Do it on Annie. Ah, of course. The Beowulf stage. Jump hops. Hops. Pretty good. Okay. So we got 2 LP, 2 MK. This? That? What? Oh. Boom. That's not a great starter. You don't necessarily want to go with this as a starter. You want to go with this as a starter because that does way more damage right at the cut. Because this is not great. Oh, that's what you meant to type. Okay. That is fine. The thing that I just did? Okay. Okay. That. Hop MK. Okay. Oh, you go for the optimal one. Okay. That. Okay. Into the wolf shoot. Punch assist. Yeah. What do we go to next? Oh yeah. What's the end after the hype usage? Okay. Oh, let's go to this. Well, you can go into a bunch of heck. Beowulf has options out of this. Ah, poop. I don't know. The buffer, please. It is a weird, very strange timing. Oh, come on, game.
Oliver, there's food!
Oh, why am I doing quarter circle? Heck my soul. Oh. That's what it is. That's why I'm doing quarter circle. Heck my life. I do it as fast as possible, actually. There you go. That, end of that, because that's the most optimal. Because then you can act out as fast as possible out of that. I grabbed the chair, of course. Bullshit. I guess you can do bullshit, yeah. Do. You can go to the end like that. That's a thing you can do. But I guess it all depends. That makes sense. But you want to be able to act out of it as quickly as you can so you don't mess up the input. At least personally for me. Ooh, lag. Great. Oh man. You can go into a bunch of heck. Like it all depends on what you're kind of going for. If you're trying to go for the Oki, if you're trying to go for the knockdown. Yeah. This kind of thing you can go for mix really hard. Yeah, you can go to a bunch of stuff. You can go to like 2 hype spend to be able to keep the third, and then whatever combo stuff you're going to. You cannot call assist twice. No, that is not a thing. You can only call it once, either in the beginning or at the end of your combo, depending on what you're doing. Yeah. That is the thing. Oh, stretching. Oof. Also got some hydrate in there.
Do I?
A huge. Kind of huge, maybe. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Probably do this for another like 16 minutes. We'll say. See where I'm at in the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8 more. I know how to navigate the standard P zoning pattern, but how do I navigate B-Moo added it? Okay. Standard with the B-Moo. It hard. It depend on your character. A lot of garbage. We'll say because they play Beowulf. Cool. And I'm gonna assume HB, so do that. So, let's go. Go here before I accept anything.
Let's go.
Do.
Yeah, I knew what you...
Oh. Let's see.
And I do that.
But it'll be but.
Did it say?
Let's see. But if we let's see what the priority is if we do this. Had to be like. So it had to be. This might be the sequence. Yeah, there's definitely also this on with Mr. Peck, but mostly reference Mr. Peck's thing, 'cause that video would probably do a better job of it than I would. You mostly just try to get out with whatever options that you have. You push block the assist, whatever item drop that's happening on screen, and then try to get in that way. Beowulf certainly, can get in pretty easily because he has his second arm. His arm is really good. Mr. Peck's vid, I think, would do a better job of it than me doing that one. But yeah. Is there a set timing? Idante, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Idante actually deals with it pretty well. Is there a set timing for car canceling? I feel very inconsistent with it, and I'm not sure how I should go about doing the car cancels properly. Mainly, Annie's HP times 2 car cancel and dive kick. Okay, so this is specific. Oops, go back to the training room, Annie. So, car canceling. Car canceling is a strange thing. For those who don't know what car cancel is, hold on a second. Car cancel is when you cancel one move and do another move. So this into that, that's a car cancel. This, the special, car cancel. This is good for baiting stuff. This sweep in a car cancel. But they have trouble with this. Into the dives. It's a very strange timing. It's really weird. But you just kind of go for it. They just kind of go for it, really. So like almost at the height of where she's going to be, just press the quarter circle forward kick input, or 2-3-6 kick input. You can almost do it instantly. It's not exactly wise. It all depends on what kind of height you're going for too, because you can delay it a little bit. Because you can go for cross-ups like that. Yeah, because you can hit it twice and she'll auto do it. So you got some buffer time to be able to input the kicks. Yeah, but certainly, you know, it's just time dependent. You just kind of have to grind it out. So let's see what else we got here. General tip to deal against a reset. To deal against a reset.
Good.
The best tip I could give you is to just, if you've been hit with the reset that you don't quite understand, have your replays enabled. You do a dash enable replays in the launch options for Skullgirls. So look back at it, see what you could be able to do against it, because there's certainly a lot of options that you can do against reset. It all depends on what kind of reset it was. But normally it's just kind of a matter of just kind of blocking left or right if it's a thing, or like just having to DP out or something like that. All depends. Let's see. Basic block strings I can do with Big Band Cerebellar. How to improve with Beowulf on point, and what strings to go for with Cerebellar. You did ask about the Cerebellar already. Big Band block strings. See, let me get Bella Band in here. Bella, lock and load. No, lock and load. Can I change my question to include what to do after Big Band grab and Bella regular grab? Surely could. Because why not? Let's go over here. So general block string. This is a I usually go for it. Right. Block type.
Let's go.
Because that's neutral. That's pretty good. Yep, it's neutral. So it doesn't hurt for you to be able to go to stand hard punch with Bella, because if you do run stuff after it, it's neutral. So you can also do that, because that by itself is neutral. So that doesn't matter for you to be able to run stop. But those are like some common things. Some common things you can do. This is not great. So yeah. So if you end up in a heavy situation, right, you just go for all the buttons. Run stopping is certainly your way out, unless you're going for the sweep. Just kind of let the sweep rock, because it's also neutral. For anything else, like, you just kind of have to let it rock. You can make it less minus if you run stop. That's -2 like that. Run stopping is pretty much your solution for getting out of those things. And if you commit, just kind of go for it. With regard to Big Band does not have any safe block strings, but most people go for this kind of mix-up. They decide to do that, but that's -10. That's really rough. That's -6, slightly safer, but this is better because it's -2. This is also good because this is -3. You don't want to go with the past the mediums with big band. Yeah, that's LP brass. Yeah, brass knuckles -6. But his lows are so good that you don't necessarily need to go past anything because it's just +5 all the time. That's really good. Let's go +3. You can also just one of those. Try to contest. So most people try to go for a giant step afterwards, but that's super minus. This one, -10. This one, -14. This one, -22. Yeah, they try to go for the high mix-up, which is not great. So if you're going to commit to a button, L brass is your best bet because it's -6, but it's still punishable. So I would say try not to go past the medium because you got -2. That's kind of hard to punish unless you're on your game. -3 also hard to punish unless you're not on your game. But this just doing the lights with band because you want to be as safe as you want to be as possible. That's kind of like the way to do that. Shuffle away. Pretty much. And what to do after band grab? Band grab. You just gotta go for stuff after big bang grab. If you're in the corner or like in mid screen, right? What to do at the grab? That. Or if you want to use kind of do L if you want to use less on dizzy. That if you want to do that. That if they're too far away, pretty much. But most people also go for the E-break thing. Try to get closer. Also do this, into this. What is it? This. Well, if we can do it. Guess not. They do into that to get more damage off the cut. We can do it. Oh man. Oh dear. Yeah, they would do that like this. Do an E-break and then jab to be able to convert off of that. So that's what you do with big band off of grabs and stuff. For corner and mid screen. If you want to do it with Bella mid screen grab is really bad. So kind of you don't necessarily have a good. You don't have a good way of converting mid screen unless you have an assist. You could also you could come and grab. You could also just do some damage. So that'll do some damage. Let's see if this converts. That converts. So you can convert this way. Mid screen now. Yeah, that converts. So you could do that. Otherwise, people normally just go for the Titan Knuckle. Or the sweep. Yeah. But Pommel Horse converts, so you can certainly do that. That would work out. That's not bad.
That's called onion.
If you're converting in the corner, let's center that way. Go away. There we go. So if you're in the corner, just like convert. Yeah. Yeah, you just convert off of like kick. I guess you could also still do the pommel horse conversion. If you want to do that. But yeah, you just kind of convert normally with light kick. That would work out. Let's see here. I have issues with punishing Beowulf in general. I got a buddy that has this block string that seems really safe. I'm not sure what my options are. He gets me in the corner. He has so many options to mix me up that sooner or later he's going to get me in a combo. Any tips on good windows to punish Beowulf? I would need to know what kind of block strings he's doing to be able to answer that question appropriately. So most block strings just kind of end with like L chair. You mostly just push block the third hit and then, you know, super out pretty much, or use a DP or, you know, something like that. My block string I'm doing is either OKMP command grab or, oh yeah, we'll shoot, yeah. SB's talking about, understandable. Agent Wilson did that one. Yeah, you mostly just push block and then just jump for the full shoot and then punish like that. Yeah. Kind of that good. How do you make Misfortune good? Misfortune is good by herself. And Blend, was it Bend Black Cat did that one. Misfortune is good as a character. He has so many things. It's kind of wild how good this character is, actually. Like, take it off block, take the butt off block. This character is crazy. Like, this character can do so many things. Like, this character is good. It's just an air dash character. If you learn the headless, I don't know the headless for this cat, it's wild the things that she can do. Like, you can do some heck with this character. And it depends on what you try to do, though. Like, I like to play her strictly as an air dasher. I'm not interested in the puppet thing just yet. But yeah, this character's good. What's the best game plan for neutral with Fuqua and Philia? How do I call out super when my opponent switches sides last minute? Let's see. Best game plan for neutral. Well, I don't know if it's the best game plan, but I'll tell you what my game plan usually is with the twins. So when I'm playing Hagen Fuqua, I like to do one of these. Because I'd like to annoy the opponent into trying to, you know, trying to come to me, do my own thing. To try to get close, hit him with the DP, that kind of thing. Trash Sheen asked this question. They also have an advanced promo to do with me. So yeah. This is what I usually do with Fuqua. To annoy the opponent and stuff. And then I'll try to contest with air buttons like the boy. Your JMP also pretty good, you know. If you're trying to contest a neutral. Hitter airing is pretty good because it goes into that. If you're playing with Philia, this is all about movement. Like trying to bait your opponent to make a mistake. So like, move in and out, trying to see it, catch your opponent. Go for JMPs, because JMPs is a lot of pressure. You can certainly go for, you know, ADC or IAD, JLP, JLK, and then fast fall into down buttons. So yeah, it's kind of like their neutral plan. You gotta schmooze with this character, so you have to know how to move with this character to be able to contest a neutral. Dash from low, super strong, just going up for low. It's really heckin' good. Also, JHK to JHK, pretty good. GHP, to be able to contest as well. It'll push your opponent backwards, which will, you know, basically maintain the neutral, which is fine. And if you have your assist helping you out, like drill assist, you know, pretty heckin' good as well. It all depends on what you're going for. If you want to call out your super when your opponent switches sides last minute, you have to input the super the opposite of the side that's been switched on. So if that makes sense, right? So if you're doing so let's say Annie was trying to do her heckin' what is it? Millions and billions stars super, right? and side switched at the last minute to be able to do the thing, right? You have to input Gregor here backwards to be able to contest against the village super. As an example, you know, that's a thing. So yeah, whenever you've been side switched, you have to input the super on the opposite side. Sometimes autocorrect will save you if you input the super the way you normally would, and you'll get what you wanted. I think that's all the questions. Have I gone through everything already? Dang, dude. Cool. Yeah, I guess I went through everything. I guess if other people have questions in the dangle chat here, you can certainly put it in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do some comboing here. Got any other questions? Certainly, pop them in. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm not a cool person, though I do very much appreciate that. I just like playing this game and like helping people learn this game. Playing this game personally has filled the void in me from when I used to play Killer Instinct when I was a kid. I used to play Killer Instinct, I played Super Street Fighter 2, and I played... What was the other thing? Mortal Kombat? I think we had Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. I used to play a lot of fighting games with friends as well, so like a lot of the things I learned on my own, interestingly enough, you know, it's been cool just helping people learn how to play this game, because it's fun. I want people to have fun, that kind of thing. How do you submit questions? Well, if you join our Discord at DISCORD, and you check our the pins in our announcements channel, you can scroll down in the pins to see our sign up form, which I think actually Get Great sign up. Is there PGA sign up? I think that's it. Yeah, that's our sign up form. Every time you sign up, you have a chance to ask a question at the end of the sign up for, you know, to have it displayed on the stream, and we just answer your questions and stuff. So if there's any like game mechanic thing or like, you know, character specific sort of thing, I can probably demonstrate it. Yeah. That's good.
Yay, I win the game.
Yeah. If you got any other questions? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. And if not, I'm probably just gonna call it here. Going for a bit. Alright, well, how to fight Beowulf. That is a whole thing. First, I guess it depends on what assist is being ran with Beowulf. And like assist, the type of interaction that you're needing. Yeah, it's gonna get nerfed pretty hard. I wouldn't be surprised. It will, I don't think it'll be gone, but it'll certainly be tuned down. But if you're fighting Beowulf, like in a common interactions that Beowulf calls brass and then does JHP, right? You can up forward block the JHP, which will also block the brass in effect. So you can punish as soon as you land on the ground, because then all of your guard frames have been cancelled. Yeah, probably A-Train. Yeah, if it's A-Train, you just kind of sweep the A-Train. And in that sense, Beowulf will also do a JHP. So you could DP, you could super, you could that kind of thing. If there's a special that's involved, you can use it. I normally sweep in the A-Train or the brass, because that's the best way to get banned off the screen, at least for me. And they're in a longer lockout period than normal because they've been swept. That's always fun. They can just bully the assist, since bullying is fun. Yeah, no problem. Well, I think it's probably a good time to call it there. Appreciate everybody who stopped by for this live stream. It's been cool. If you'd like to see more Skullgirls, there is our Wednesday tournament, Skullgirls Get Gr8 at 8 p.m. EST. and then we'll have a normal Get Great done the next week. So the sign up form will still be open by that time. Thanks, Turktos. Thanks, Amy. See you all next time. Bye.